Hello there, and welcome to the House of D. It is I, D Square, once again talking about another Dawn of X title that has dropped on this here comic book day, and I am referring to, of course, X Force number 7. This has really been a highly anticipated issue for me. Not that I was waiting specifically for issue number 7, but in this issue here, we learn a lot more about Colossus's current situation, right? The last time we saw him, it was in X-Force number 1, where the Marauders brought him back from Russia, where he was basically devastated, in Russia, trying to get Russian mutant refugees out of Russia itself, and he certainly paid the ultimate price. And we learned exactly that. See, I thought he was just hurt, but it turns out that that image of him that we saw in X-Force number 1 was his corpse. And I say that because he, in X-Force number 7 here, they refer to the fact that he was resurrected. The problem is he still has the memories of the horrible events that happened to him and others in Russia, and it has had an effect on Colossus. And I make no bones about it, I am a Colossus fan. He is my number one superhero, number one X-Men, and I've really been wanting him to be more involved with these Dawn of X series, and it just hasn't happened. Furthermore, ever since Kitty Pryde left him at the altar, he's really been going through this mind fuck, I guess I'll call it. So I've definitely been, feeling salty about his situation because of what Kitty Pryde put him through, and now we see that Professor Xavier had sent him on this mission in Russia that cost him his life. I mean, yes, he went through the resurrection protocol, but the events that happened right before his death, it still affects him. Furthermore, the other real big thing about this issue is the fact that Domino, she has, I'm not going to say lost her powers, but her powers are off. She explains that at one time, she would roll the dice and always get double sevens, right? But now she rolls them and she always gets snake eyes. And then we also see these parts where this assassin is taking out these, pro-mutant politicians and diplomats, and she's doing it by taking these impossible sniper shots, suggesting that she, or whoever this is, they now have Domino's luck powers. And this is particularly interesting because you see the Verindi, this anti-mutant group, secret society that the X-Force is basically, been in battle with in this series. They took half a Domino's skin. That's how they got through Krakoan defenses, but now they're kind of alluding, although it hasn't been outright explained, that now somebody's out there with Domino's luck powers, and I'm thinking it may be having to do with the fact that, she had half her skin removed and people are using it for nefarious purposes. So these two characters, Colossus and Domino, it's really interesting that this issue kind of centers on them both because they were on an X-Force team in the past. During Marvel Now, it was actually Cable and the X-Force, which happened after the Avengers vs. X-Men series, when Colossus had part of the Phoenix Force within him. Well, once that had all been resolved, it kind of left his powers out of whack. Cable had a device that helped stabilize the powers, and so Colossus kind of, stuck with Cable and rode with him. And Domino was also on that team, and they even, and Colossus and Domino had a romantic relationship. So it's just kind of cool to see them interacting on the beach in Krakoa, seeing Colossus do some art and connecting with Domino was just really cool. I hope to see more of him. I hope he becomes more involved in what's going on, and it would be cool to see this storyline completed when we've got somebody killing pro-mutant diplomats using Domino's luck power to, use these impossible sniper shots and actually pulling them off and killing people. So interesting stuff, guys. Of course, X-Force has been killing it. It continues to kill it. So I definitely recommend that if you haven't already, you pick up these X-Force Dawn of X books and start reading them. Until next time, guys, of course, if you like my content and you want to see more of it, please subscribe to the channel. Like this video if you did indeed enjoy it, and I would love to definitely interact with you down in the comments. Let me know what you think of Colossus being back. The big metal Russian there, my favorite superhero of all time, is now back in the fray, and hopefully we get to see more of that. If you want to follow me on Twitter, please do so at dsquare72. I'd love to hear from you on there. And I also can be found on the House of D podcast. That's right, available on Podbean and, of course, the Apple Podcast app. I also review comic books on a great website called superheroespeak.com. Of course, Superhero Speak, all one word. I have all sorts of small press reviews on there. I even recently did a Avengers review, so check that out, as well as some other great stuff there on the website. Until then, guys, until next time, of course, peace and love, and I'll talk to you again soon.